I just want to make sure that I'm fine. Am I going? Am I going? Oh crap. I forgot to change the stream. Here, let me quickly unmute so I can hear myself. Am I going? Am I going? Oh crap. Yep, I'm good. Sounds good. Alright. Don't worry, this will be fixed soon. Okay, that's good. Soy. Working, studying. I am a little all over the place right now, because I just got back from doing some deliveries, and the last person I delivered to was quite a bit, so then it took me time to get back. So I am a little all over the place right now, but that's okay. Um, study, study, and okay, this should be fine. Okay, sorry about that. Woo! I am here. I am present. I am available. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm sorry that that took a moment. Like I said, I kind of started my day off a little rocky. I just to put it lightly, I do uh delivery, grocery delivery, in most of the time. So I try to do my at least one job a day, if not more than that, to help with paying bills and making sure I have money coming in steadily. And so I tried to get it done at the beginning of the day so then I can have time later to catch up on other things that I need to do. And so I double checked to make sure that everything was set, make sure everything was good. Uh, I wanted to, I got the job done and then I had to drive back. And because of traffic and the fact that this person that I delivered to wasn't really responding to things, I had to take a moment to wait for them to be outside of the time frame so that I can, you know, uh, do that. And it's all fine, but it ended up making me a bit late. So we're a little late on this one, but that's okay. So currently, I'm just going to get set up with things while on stream. How is everyone doing? I hope that everyone had a good week. Welcome to Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Um, I have I had a really great time on Wednesday. The Wednesday stream actually was incredibly interactive. I had a surprise drop in with some friends that decided to be on call with me while I was working on my TTRPG. And they are also really awesome just in general to be around. And then I got a whole bunch of people I got my first raid ever from a fellow VTuber. I'm not quite to the VTuber status yet. I'm just a PNG tuber, but that's okay. Um, and then I also got connected to another person as well. Both of the people that ended up crashing my chat on top of my friends were are both streamers that do their own TTRPG stuff and have been working on things like that. So I got to talk with them, and that was a lot of fun. And that made me realize that I have a lot of work to still do as a PNG tuber. Um, which, to be fair, yes, that is something that I am going to be working on quite a bit. So no big deal. I know that that is something I'm going to work out, and that is all good. So yeah, I've had a great time, and it was a lot of fun. So what I'm going to do, first of all, because this is a lot more fun this way, I am going to pull out my dice, as I have some dice here. They're adorable. They have little dinosaurs inside of them. And I'm going to basically do a little thing to roll and randomize the character and the sounds that we are doing today. It's a little cold out today, so I am in a sweater, which is super comfy. So the first one, I'm rolling a d4 to decide whether it's cat or dog today. The dice has said we're doing dog. I'm never upset about having a dog, so. And then this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I have a d12 here. Once I roll my d12, we'll choose hair color. 9. So let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Ooh, nice colors, nice colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D6. It's almost like they know exactly what I was planning on doing. 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pretty, pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one is going to be a 6, a d6, and then we will alternate a little bit. Perfect. Okay. So we've set that up. Again, next time, sometime in the future, I plan on having people join me on here and choosing colors and voting for hair colors, voting for skin tone, voting for cat versus dog, voting for sounds and other things like that as a way to get interactive and fun. So today I'm gonna put in what my to-do list is. So first and foremost, admin, because that is very important. Admin stuff being an incredibly important part of my everyday work. So yeah, that makes sense. Um, heart, gonna do some self-study because I do have a couple of things that I need to study. I'm gonna work on strawberries and lavender. This is a story that I am co-writing with one of my friends. Um, it is based off of a game that we played together, a TTRPG that we played together a few years ago. And our characters ended up becoming attached and having a relationship. And honestly, it was just one of the cutest relationships ever. And the way that they got there was actually quite incredible. And they went through a lot together. So we decided to name it Strawberries and Lavender because, canonically speaking, when we first decided to like talk about their characters and stuff, we made a joke about the fact that one of them is going to smell like lavender and the other one's going to smell like strawberries because of how, I guess, stuff happened. I don't remember the exact order of things on how that worked out, but and so it just ended up making sense to me of calling them Strawberries and Lavender as a couple because they, yeah. So I'm currently titling the book Strawberries and Lavender, and we'll see what ends up happening. I'm currently in the rough draft form of this, so I may not necessarily get caught up on this until um, later. So I don't know when this is actually going to be released, but it's going to be something, you know. Next is some meal planning, slash shopping list because that is important for everyone to do. And then I am also going to put down um, Twitch Creator Camp slash build social media and Discord. This is going to be definitely a new part of it because one of the things that I realized was that I did not have extra ways to deal with that and like build things up and stuff like that. So I'm gonna take some time today to work on that as well as a few other things. Um, and if I have time, I'm also going to work a little bit on my contracts TTRPG. Wednesdays are usually related to that anyway, but I also try to work on it in my off time too, so that I'm not just on stream building it, which is going to take a lot longer. But at least I can get as much as I can done in a short period of time. So let's see. To start, I think it'll be a good idea to start for 30 minutes because we're about at the 30-minute mark. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to roll the dice. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Birds can be done with any of the weather options, I believe. Like these 3 can be added onto things. So I'm going to roll again. 1. That's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good for now. That way we can have this noise in the background. And then if I roll and I land on any of these again, I'll turn them off, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so 30 minutes. Let's get started with that. 30 minutes starting now. Okay, let's see. How did everyone do? Oh man, that was good. I needed that. Not gonna lie there. I needed to have a pretty long one to start because I only got the admin completely done, but I've been working on the self-study pretty intensely. So self-study, I'm gonna continue on with that at the next sprint, and I am also going to move down the list here based on priority, if that makes sense. So I am going to be working on this self-study stuff for a while. So here's the funny thing, right? Um, I am a college student, but I missed this semester when it came to signing up for classes for this semester. So I'm attending a new college. I got in. They had to do a couple of things because of some complications about my current living situation, plus a few other stuff. And then it ended up working out. Everything's fine. But unfortunately, I missed the cutoff to do it this semester. So we decided that the next semester will be best for me, which will then give me some time to practice and work on things, get some stuff situated with my home life, catch up on a few other things. But by next semester, which will be the winter semester, I will be at least in school part time. That's my goal. That's my hope, is to be in school part time. So I've been working on that. It's been a little bit here and there. So, other than that, I also study a bunch of other things that are related to what I plan to go for in my degree, as well as hobby stuff and things that I know will be good skills to have. So, that kind of falls within self study, in my opinion, because it is not on a class by class basis. It is by uh, when I can get my hands on it, when I can put time into it, and build up skills that I know I'm going to need for my future. So, there's that. It's going to be a lot of fun, but today, like I said, it's been moving a little on the slow side, but that's not like a problem. That's more so just because I had a lot of people are moving slow around me, so now I gotta get a few things done anyway. So, yeah. But good news is I am getting a few things done already. That was a good 30 minutes. I think that what we might do is we might do another 30-minute one soon. Do two 30 minutes at least, and then maybe finish up with a 15-minute. Just because I felt really good getting into it right now. So it'll help. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this checklist today. That's gonna be the honest truth. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this checklist, but I am gonna try. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get started on another 30-minute one. Actually, hmm, let's do a 45-minute one because that one would make more sense, I think. Because we can start at the 10-minute mark on the clock. Give me a few times to just chat about life stuff and everything before we get started, and then 45 minutes to just get as much as I can done in a short amount of time. That makes sense to me. Let's see. And then that way, the last 15-minute one will be there will be a nice little break before the last 15-minute one, and then I will sign off and go off to do my own thing. So, yes, I think that that's a good way to go for now. But, yes, so for self study, I was doing some stuff with um, religious and spiritual study because, without getting into too much detail, because I don't want to get too much into this in with my PNG tubing, but this is a part of me. I am I study religion and spirituality and philosophy related to religion and spirituality, not as a way to promote my own personal beliefs on people, but to understand um, all of the religions and the spiritual practices and stuff because I find it fascinating. I find it to be incredible. And as someone who I grew up with religious trauma, which I'm sure is not unfamiliar to most people that have grown up in a specific religious section or a specific religious tie, because it is actually more common than most people think. I grew up with religious trauma, which is specific to the religion that I was brought up with and the specific people related to the religion that I was brought up with. So it took me years to figure out that it wasn't just the religion itself or religion in general, it was specifically that one for me, and how it probably would have been better for people that weren't like me to enjoy and be a part of that, which is fine, but it's still a lot that I have to go through. And so I wanted to learn and observe all types of religions in order to understand and talk with people about their religion in general, not to put my expectations or religious or spiritual practices or anything like that. It's it's a lot. It's a lot, but in a good way. So I do a lot of that, and then I also am learning languages. I am actually learning a specific language right now, so that is something that I was having fun with and that I like to do in my I like to do this in my spare time. I like to learn languages. So I am currently learning the language of my mom's people, my people, and without going into too much detail, it is an indigenous language. So um, one of the languages that I am learning is not a very well known language. It's not very well spoken. So I want to keep the language alive. So that's one that I am working on right now. And then that will be fine. So that's part of my self study. I do a little bit of language practice every day. There's not like a lot of resources on this language, so I just do what I can. I am also learning, just because it is more of a well known language, I'm also learning Polish because I used to live in Poland when I was a child, and I want to remember how to speak Polish again, especially because I did find out that I have a lot of family that is Eastern to Central European on top of my indigenous roots and Scandinavian roots and other such bloodlines. So I'm learning both an indigenous language that is more endangered and Polish. And then when I stop learning those languages or I feel good enough to move on from those languages, then I will add other ones onto it as well. And those are not even the only languages that I have learned or have done work on, because I also speak conversationally in American Sign Language and also French, a little bit of German, a little bit of Russian, and a few other languages too. I know a lot of conversational or very minimum words in a hodgepodge of languages in areas that I had visited or seen before in the past. So it's been a while though, so I'm rusty. So I'll go back to those eventually. But yeah. All right. We are at 11:10. Probably been at that for a little bit, but this will give us enough time to work on the next sprint and get us going. So I'm just gonna get started. Next sprint, 45 minutes. Oh wait, I forgot to roll. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Birds are turned off. 1. Clouds are turned off. 3. Wind is going. I'm gonna re-roll that one. I'm also gonna re-roll that one. Nope. 6. Fire. Okay. 45 minutes starting now. Okay, so don't hate me. I haven't yet finished the self study. I am still in the middle of it. Um, I had to run up and down the stairs to grab a couple of things as I've been working, but it definitely hasn't finished yet. So I think that I'm going to set this up to do a 15-minute sprint so that at the top of the hour we can finish stuff and I can hopefully check off the self study as one of the things. So before we do anything else, I'm just going to quickly re-roll. 6, turn off. No, wait, that's 7. That would be 7. Okay, so 6 would be cicadas. 1. I'll say that turns off the fire. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we'll do thunderstorms and cicadas. So yes, I have been getting a lot done though. I don't plan on not working on any of these, right? I do plan on working on these today. I was just hoping to get them done during the sprint because that way you guys can see me check off my task list. But I think today, for the first time, is when we are going to be not able to check off the final bits of the task list, the to-do list. So that's something, but that's okay. That's okay. I am currently working on language stuff, and it is going to take a little bit more time for me to do so, just because, well, there's a lot more that goes into it than I was expecting. But don't worry, I am going to be working on these things today. So I'm not going to leave all of this alone. It took me a lot longer to get through the self study than I was expecting. So I'm planning on getting all of this done. That's not the issue. The issue is timing. So you guys won't see a complete checklist today, but that's okay because that means that I can delete this guy and then I'll leave these on kind of like throughout the day as that come up so that I can show you guys what I've done outside of the streams as well as a way to share my progress and for people to share in their own progresses as um, I gather more people in the community to join me on these productivity live streams, if that makes sense. All right. Well, yay. All right. So I'm just going to get started. So 12 o'clock is basically happening. So I'm just going to start with 15 minutes. And then once I am done with this, I am going to wrap up the stream and then say some plans for the next couple of days. And then we'll come back to it. All right. So 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everyone. and I didn't finish it yet. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. But that's okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave these to-do lists here, and then when I meet up with you guys again next Monday, I will check off the ones that I did work on this week, and I will focus on catching things up and then rebuilding the to-do list next time around the same time. But that is going to be the end of the stream. I feel pretty good about what I've done, even if I haven't done a lot and I never finished the checklist. It's okay. I don't like not finishing checklists. I like having the ability to finish up what I started. It's a good feeling to have, but I was running a little late. That self-study stuff did take a lot out of me. Took a lot of time, took a lot of stuff to go through, all of that fun bit. So what I'm gonna do is next week, um, let's see. I'm hoping by the next week I am going to have that all taken care of. Let's see what I have already scheduled. Okay, I see self study some more. I see personal reviews slash book reviews. Um, PNG tuber stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just add that all onto what I already have here once I'm done. I'll see what ends up happening. Um, and yeah, that shall do it. Thank you anyone and everyone who has shown up. Thank you for being here. This was fun. Got some good things done today, which is always fantastic. I hope that everyone takes today to do something productive and do something good with their time without feeling too overwhelmed and too problematic because of it. Tomorrow I shall be on from 3 to 5 as I am working on my Halloween costume. Catch up on that. And I also will be on Wednesday where I continue making my TTRPG. So guaranteed the contracts TTRPG check thing is going to be taken care of by next Monday. So I'll say that I've worked on that. So there is that. I hope to see everyone at the next couple of streams. Thank you all. I am one follower away from hitting my goal, so I am so excited to be a part of this. And I hope that everyone has a wonderful day. Be sure to be kind to yourselves because you deserve it. Thank you so much. And we will talk again next week, unless you catch me tomorrow or Wednesday. Bye!